Some places are built to break a man, concrete and steel meant to erase a person from the world. Yet throughout history, the world's most notorious prisons have been tested by the desperate and the ingenious. These are not just stories of escape, but chronicles of human ingenuity under extreme pressure. Men have dug with spoons, sailed on raincoats and risked everything for a fleeting chance at freedom. Some found liberty, others vanished into legend, and some paid the ultimate price. Join us as we journey through the most remarkable prison breaks ever attempted, true stories where the impossible became reality. Alcatraz, the Rock, a name synonymous with inescapable confinement. It rose defiantly from the icy, unforgiving waters of San Francisco Bay, a fortress designed to hold the most incorrigible criminals, those deemed beyond rehabilitation. Officially, the story goes that no one ever successfully escaped its iron grip. But Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, Clarence and John, dared to challenge that seemingly unbreakable myth, to defy the legend of Alcatraz. For months, with unwavering determination, they chipped away at the thick concrete using stolen spoons, sharpened metal, and a makeshift drill crafted from scavenged materials, meticulously hiding their painstaking work behind the cover of blaring music and strategic moments of silence. To further their audacious plan, they ingeniously sculpted dummy heads, carefully crafting them from a mixture of soap, stolen toilet paper and strands of real hair collected from the prison barbershop. These decoys were placed in their beds to fool the guards during the routine nightly checks. On the night of June 11, 1962, they quietly slipped through the widened holes behind their cell vents, carefully navigated the labyrinthine network of utility corridors and maintenance tunnels, and finally reached the rocky, unforgiving shoreline of Alcatraz Island. There, hidden amongst the rocks, a makeshift raft and improvised life vests, painstakingly crafted from over 50 stolen raincoats, awaited their daring escape. Under the cloak of darkness, they launched their fragile vessel into the cold, black water and vanished into the inky depths of San Francisco Bay. The next morning, the silence of Alcatraz was shattered as alarms blared. The meticulously crafted dummy heads were discovered in their beds, revealing the audacious escape. The FBI, after a thorough investigation, claims that they drowned in the attempt, succumbing to the treacherous currents, but despite extensive searches, no bodies were ever recovered, fueling the mystery. Only scattered fragments of their makeshift raft washed ashore, offering tantalizing clues, but no definitive answers. The men became legends, ghosts haunting the bay, forever etched in the annals of daring escapes. Did they achieve the impossible and find freedom beyond the walls of Alcatraz? Or did they meet a watery grave in the unforgiving currents? The mystery endures to this day, captivating imaginations and sparking endless debate. A symbol of hope against seemingly impossible odds, a testament to the enduring human spirit's yearning for freedom. Winter, 1864. Libby Prison in Richmond, Virginia was a hellhole for Union officers. Escape seemed impossible, until a plan was born in the prison's darkest cellar, Rat Hell. Led by Colonel Thomas E. Rose, a small group began digging a tunnel with pocket knives in bare hands. For 17 days they clawed through clay, hiding dirt and fighting exhaustion. On February 9th, 109 officers crawled through the tunnel and emerged into the night. Deep in enemy territory, they split up, guided only by the stars. 59 made it back to Union lines, the rest were recaptured or lost. The Libby escape was a stunning success and a blow to Confederate pride. Proof that even in the darkest places hope can dig its way out. The Maze Prison, a notorious institution nestled in Northern Ireland, was designed and built to be completely escape-proof, a fortress against any attempt at liberation. But on September 25, 1983, a day that would etch itself into history, IRA prisoners, fueled by unwavering resolve, shattered that illusion of invincibility. They executed a meticulously planned military-style breakout that stunned the world. Smuggled handguns, carefully concealed and brought within the prison walls, allowed them to seize complete control of H Block 7, the heart of their audacious plan. They quickly overwhelmed the guards, taking hostages and cleverly donning guard uniforms, blending seamlessly into the prison environment. A seemingly ordinary food truck became their unlikely getaway vehicle. 38 prisoners, packed tightly, piled inside the cramped space. At the main gate, a vigilant guard's suspicion, a flicker of doubt, triggered chaos. Shots fired erupted, a deadly melee ensued, shattering the tense calm. 19 prisoners were eventually recaptured in the aftermath, but 19 vanished, melting into the vast expanse of the northern Irish countryside. The escape was immediately declared the largest prison break in British history, a significant propaganda victory for the IRA, bolstering their image. It exposed the shocking fallibility of even the most modern, supposedly impenetrable prisons. The maze escape proved beyond any doubt that human will, and the ever-present potential for human error, can ultimately break down any wall, no matter how formidable. The audacious event shook the very foundations of the British government and irrevocably changed prison security protocols and measures forever. The story remains a powerful testament to the potent combination of audacity, meticulous planning, and unwavering determination. Even the strongest fortress is ultimately only as strong as its weakest point, its most vulnerable moment. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, a name synonymous with audacity and power, head of the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most powerful and ruthless drug trafficking organizations in the world, was not only a drug kingpin, but also a master of escape, a phantom who seemed to defy the very notion of imprisonment. In 2001, he simply bought his way out of Mexico's Puente Grande prison, a feat that would become the stuff of legend. He made his initial escape hidden in a laundry cart, wheeled past guards he'd corrupted with his vast wealth, showcasing the extent of his influence. For 13 years he taunted authorities, remaining a ghost in the machine, expanding his empire and consolidating his power across the drug trade. Recaptured in 2014 and sent to the ultra-secure Altiplano, a prison thought to be impenetrable, El Chapo's engineers, with meticulous planning, dug a mile-long tunnel that led directly to his cell's shower. On July 11, 2015, he vanished from security footage, leaving the world in disbelief, dropping into the tunnel, a gateway to freedom, complete with lights, ensuring a smooth passage, ventilation providing breathable air, and a motorcycle on rails, a custom-built vehicle for a daring escape. The escape humiliated the Mexican government on an international stage, and cemented his legend as the ultimate escape artist. Recaptured 6 months later after a relentless pursuit, he was extradited to the U.S. to face justice on American soil, locked in ADX Florence, the Alcatraz of the Rockies. El Chapo's story is a chilling reminder, a testament to the limits of even the most stringent security measures. For some, prison walls are just expensive inconveniences, mere obstacles to be overcome. His escapes expose deep corruption within the Mexican system, and the limits of physical security when faced with immense wealth and influence. No fortress is safe from a man with power, a network of loyal accomplices, money used to grease the wheels of corruption, and patience, the key to executing a flawless plan. His legend endures, a dark mark on the justice system, a modern Houdini of the criminal underworld, forever etched in infamy. The world watched, stunned, captivated by his audacity as he slipped away twice, leaving behind a legacy of daring escapes and unanswered questions. John Dillinger, public enemy number one, was locked in the escape-proof Lake County Jail in 1934. The sheriff boasted Dillinger couldn't break out. So Dillinger made it a challenge. Legend says he carved a fake gun from wood or soap, blackened with shoe polish. On March 3rd, he used it to bluff guards, locking them in his cell and gathering hostages. Calm and confident, he walked out the front door, stealing the sheriff's own Ford 5.8 as his getaway car. The escape humiliated law enforcement and made national headlines. Crossing state lines in the stolen car brought the FBI down on him. Dillinger's daring escape sealed his legend, and his fate. Months later he was gunned down outside a Chicago theater. He escaped jail, but not destiny. The Tower of London, few ever left its walls alive. In 1715, condemned rebel William Maxwell, Earl of Nithsdale, faced execution. His wife Winifred refused to accept his fate. Denied mercy, she devised a bold plan, disguise her husband as a woman and walk him out. On the eve of his execution, Lady Nithsdale and two friends smuggled in women's clothes. They dressed the Earl, used makeup to hide his features, and staged a noisy, confusing exit. The disguised Earl, weeping into a handkerchief, passed the guards unnoticed. Lady Nithsdale returned to the cell, buying time with a loud farewell. By the time the ruse was discovered, the Earl was on his way to freedom. Lady Nithsdale's courage saved her husband from the axe. Their escape remains one of history's most romantic and clever prison breaks. Love and ingenuity triumphed over stone walls. Ted Bundy, America's most infamous serial killer, escaped not once, but twice. In 1977, acting as his own lawyer in Aspen, he jumped from a courthouse window and vanished into the mountains. Recaptured after 6 days, Bundy learned from his mistakes. Back in jail, he lost weight and used a hacksaw blade to cut a hole in his cell ceiling. On December 30th, he crawled through the ceiling, dropped into a jailer's apartment, donned street clothes, and walked out the front door. His absence went unnoticed for 17 hours. Bundy fled across the country, eventually reaching Florida. There, his freedom led to more horrific crimes. Bundy's escapes exposed fatal flaws in the justice system. His cunning and audacity cost more lives. Sometimes an escape is not a triumph but a tragedy. Bundy's story is a chilling warning about underestimating evil. Colditz Castle went to Germany's prison for the most escape-prone Allied officers. It became a university of escape, with prisoners plotting ever more daring plans. The boldest build a glider in secret and fly to freedom. British pilots Jack Best and Bill Goldfinch led the project, constructing the Colditz cock from floorboards, bed slats, and sleeping bags. Hidden in an attic, the glider took shape over a year, guarded by lookouts and concealed behind a false wall. The plan launched from the chapel roof in spring 1945. But before it could fly, American forces liberated the castle. The glider never soared, but its discovery stunned the liberators. The Colditz cock became a symbol of hope and ingenuity. Even in captivity, the will to escape took flight. Sometimes the dream of freedom is its own victory. From wooden guns to gliders, raincoat rafts to tunnels, these escapes are more than tales of desperation. They prove you can cage the body, but not the human spirit. Ingenuity and hope flourish even in the darkest places. The true prison is the loss of hope. These men never surrendered that. Their escapes became legends, transcending the men themselves. Even the strongest walls can't contain the will to be free. Which breakout surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more incredible true stories.